Welcome seekers of the truth to the Magical Services channel. So this is going to be a most supreme horoscope for the general collective with accents on love and career for the day of April 23rd of this year of 2026. With that said, collective, but before I do actually, let me take the opportunity to let the viewers know, because there could be some viewers who do not know about the services of Magical Services, because this is indeed a magical channel. So I offer personal astrology charts because as we're going to do this reading right now, this is a collective reading. And it does indeed apply to the collective of the globe, of the planet Earth. Indeed. But personal readings allow for especially exactly what they sound like, personal readings. So they're not like divination readings. They're really um, tailored to you specifically, like your own fingerprint. As far as the impact of the astral bodies go on you, and that's why they're irreplaceable. And so I offer personal astrology charts of all kinds, useful for all aspects of life. Natal charts can be done to see why you are the way you are, and also to understand the placements in your chart. Synastry charts could be done to see the energy between you and someone else, see if you're compatible or not, and or just to see how you affect one another, and how to be more strategic and tactical in your approach to that relationship as to make it endure, for instance. Composite charts could be done to see the energy created between you and someone else as if you're an entity of its own. Once again, so you could be more tactical and strategic in your approach to that relationship. Or suppose you had a very special date or a very special appointment or a very special event in past, present, and future. An event that you said or that someone else said, and you wanted to know how the astral bodies will align for you personally in regards to that event. A chart could be done for that too. So you could once again be more strategic and tactical in your approach to that event as to get the most out of it, for instance. Or perhaps understand, is it even a good idea to go? When's the best time to set the event? And tactical and strategic questions of the like. And then also having been initiated into magic in West Africa since the age of 10. I have more than 3 decades of magical practice behind me, and so I have various spells in regards to various aspects of life, if not all aspects of life. So if you feel like your life could use a magical boost of some kind, please do let me know about it, and we'll see how we can make that happen. And if you request some magical work to be done for you, then its divination will be done prior, and that's so that we can be more accurate and precise in our approach to the magical mission. Now, if any of those services sound like things that could be useful to you, please do contact me. My email is in the About section below, or you can befriend me on my Facebook channel, which has the same exact name as this one, Magical Services. And then we can share direct messages if that is more your style, collective. Now, with all that said, let us indeed get into your reading for the time span that is between April 23rd to the 24th. So we'll call it April 23rd of this year of 2026. So we move into this window under a steadily intensifying first quarter moon, and that alone sets the tone. Pressure to act, pressure to decide, pressure to move something forward that can no longer remain in limbo. The energy is not subtle, it is developmental, catalytic, and insistent. What has been seeded recently is now demanding engagement, and the sky is very clear about one thing: hesitation carries a cost. The sun is advancing through early Taurus, anchoring the collective field into stabilization, materialization, and tangible value. This is not abstract energy, it is about what can be built, secured, and sustained. There is a strong gravitational pull toward defining what is worth holding on to and what is not. Taurus does not negotiate endlessly, it consolidates. It selects, it commits. And as the sun gains ground here, there is a quiet but firm directive to move away from volatility and into grounded execution. At the same time, the moon is moving through late Cancer and then crossing into Leo within this window. This transition is critical. Cancer energy heightens sensitivity, emotional awareness, and the need for protection and security. It amplifies instinctual responses and draws attention to emotional bonds, loyalties, and underlying vulnerabilities. As the moon builds illumination through Cancer, there is a rising awareness of what truly matters on a personal and emotional level. But this is not passive reflection, it is preparatory. Because once the moon enters Leo, the tone shifts decisively. Emotional awareness transforms into expression. What was felt internally now seeks external validation, recognition, or demonstration. Leo does not conceal, it reveals, it performs, it declares. So there's a clear sequence unfolding. First feel it deeply, then show it unapologetically. The transition is not optimal, it is embedded in the rhythm of the moment. Overlaying this, there's a powerful concentration of planetary energy in Aries. Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune are all tightly clustered in early Aries degrees, creating a highly charged mental and action-oriented field. This is raw ignition energy. It is fast, decisive, and at times confrontational. There is a very little tolerance here for indecision or delay. Thoughts become actions quickly. Words carry force. Intentions seek immediate expression. Mercury in Aries sharpens communication into something direct, unfiltered, and efficient. There is little patience for over-explaining or softening the message. This is about clarity through simplicity, even if that simplicity comes across as blunt. Mars in Aries reinforces this by pushing for immediate execution. The instinct is to move first and refine later. There's courage here, but also the risk of impulsivity if not consciously managed. Now, Saturn's presence in Aries adds a critical layer of structure to this otherwise explosive mix. It imposes discipline, consequence, and long term accountability. This is where the energy becomes strategic rather than reckless. Actions taken now are not isolated, they are foundational. Saturn ensures that whatever is initiated carries weight and requires follow through. There is no bypassing responsibility under this influence. Neptune in early Aries introduces a more subtle but equally important dimension. It infuses vision, intuition, and a degree of uncertainty into the equation. While Aries wants immediate clarity and action, Neptune blurs the edges, asking for alignment with something deeper than pure impulse. This can create moments of confusion or hesitation, but it can also elevate actions into something inspired rather than purely reactive. Taken, taken together, the Aries cluster is a forge. It is where intention is tested through action. It demands alignment between what is thought, what is said, and what is done. Any fragmentation between these layers becomes immediately visible. Meanwhile, Venus is at the very late degrees of Taurus, approaching a threshold point. This is a culmination phase for things related to value, relationships, resources, and self-worth. Late degree Venus in Taurus is about finalizing what is truly aligned and releasing what is not. There is a sharpening of preference. What once seemed acceptable may now feel insufficient. Standards rise, tolerance decreases. This is not dramatic or chaotic, it is precise. Quiet decisions are being made about what deserves continued investment. And because Taurus energy is inherently tied to stability and security, these decisions carry long-term implications. There's a refinement of taste, or of priorities, and of relational dynamics. And then we have Uranus also at the very end of Taurus, amplifying this process with an undercurrent of disruption and awakening. There is a recognition that stability cannot be maintained through stagnation. Adjustments are necessary, innovations are required. The structures being solidified must also be flexible enough to evolve. This is where breakthrough insights can occur, particularly around finances, values, and personal autonomy. Jupiter in Cancer continues to expand emotional intelligence, intuition, and the importance of nurturing connections. It brings a sense of growth through emotional honesty and relational depth. However, its proximity to the moon during this window amplifies emotional responses significantly. There's a tendency toward heightened reactions, both positive and negative. Joy can feel expensive, but so can sensitivity. The key here is not suppression, but calibration. Emotional amplification does not inherently mean distortion, but it does require awareness. What is felt is real, but how it is acted upon determines the outcome. Pluto in Aquarius remains a deep underlying force of transformation, working at a collective level to restructure power dynamics, systems, and long-term visions. Its influence is not immediately visible in day-to-day fluctuations, but it is continuously reshaping the broader landscape. There is a slow but irreversible shift toward new paradigms of control, innovation, and collective organization. As this entire configuration unfolds, the dominant narrative is one of transition from internal pressure to external action. The first quarter moon phase reinforces this. This is a crisis of action, not a crisis of awareness. The awareness is already present. The question now is execution. There's no shortage of momentum in this window. The challenge lies in directing it effectively. The Taurus influence demands grounded, sustainable action. The Aries cluster demands speed and decisiveness. The Cancer to Leo moon transition demands emotional authenticity followed by confident expression. These are not conflicting directives, they are sequential. Feel deeply, decide clearly, act decisively, stabilize intentionally. The risk is fragmentation, acting without grounding, feeling without expression, or deciding without commitment. The opportunity is integration, aligning all layers into a single coherent movement forward. This is not a passive window. It is not designed for observation alone. It is designed for engagement. What is initiated, clarified, or solidified here carries forward momentum. The energy does not dissipate easily, it compounds. Precision matters, timing matters, intent matters, and above all, alignment between internal truth and external action becomes the defining factor of how this period unfolds. So that's what I had for you today, collective. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely made it for you to enjoy. And if you did, please like this video or comment this video or share this video or subscribe to our channel so you get first dibs on future uploads. And of course, that would help me grow the Supreme channel of ours in case you wanted to help me do that. And check out my other videos. Even if you want more in-depth insight into the week, then check out the all sign long video format video that I did about it, and that should be quite enlightening too. And like I said, check out my other videos. There are all sign ones, sign specific ones, longs and shorts, divinations and horoscopes, and I make them all to supreme standards because I feel like that's what I would want if I were online looking for truth. That's what I would want, and so that's what I strive to offer to y'all all the time. And I always strive to keep fresh stuff on here, no matter what, for y'all. So yeah, help me grow this channel of ours. Let's make it blow up, so to speak. But anyhow, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. And until the next time, collective, blessings.